still need to get you to make my Be Right Back screen. Okay. Running a little behind today. I wanted to start sooner, but we're still starting early-ish. Had some things I had to take care of. We had to set up hotel. Oh look, those connections unstable. Fantastic. Really? It's gonna be one of those days? It might be. Hopefully that sorts itself right quick. Do, 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 do. I don't see it stuttering, so I'm not sure why it's saying it's unstable. Stream Elements is here though, so welcome Stream Elements. I think my sound's coming through okay. It seems like. Alright. Well, hopefully Twitch gets its shit together. So, it is Saturday. I think it's Saturday. We are in Planet Zoo. And we are in the Challenge Zoo against the husbands. Right now we are working on our showcase of the Oceania pack. And hopefully I'll be finishing up this building section today. Hopefully. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and pause that. So last week we had Did I close this? No, it's open. Just nobody's in line because it's just a back and forth at the moment. Alright, that's fine. Okay, so we have to do our sign here. And our sign here. Alright, can I? Well, no, probably not. Does that work? That kind of works. That looks a little better, I think. Potentially. This is a lot of Tiki Steve action here, though. Alright, let me twist this guy a little bit. So on the other one, no. The other one I had tried to stick that over there just to kind of hide that a bit. It's not a perfect fit, but it's pretty close. Alright, okay, so the other station, we kind of did like the little dock and stuff. Alright, okay, so how about on this one? So let's go this doesn't have to be very deep at all. In fact, that might be a little too deep. Alright, so let's go water. What color did I put? Oh, okay, that's the color I put on the other one. Okay, is this being affected by... Probably not. It's not touching the circle. That is kind of touching a circle, so I might have to add another one. Alright. Just because if I don't... What color is this? Oh, okay, we just bumped up the transparency. Okay. Oh, okay, we bumped it down.
Sorry.
You're okay. Are you okay?
Yeah.
So we've got a staff entrance back that way. Technically, I guess it should have been up here, but I'm not fixing it now. Oh no. No. No! Okay. See, look, damn it. Alright. This... Okay, so this is like our outer fence here. For the perimeter, to leave a little bit of room. Yeah, so how about we... Alright, so we do some rocks and shit back here. Let me... move you to like there. Alright, that should be okay. And you, I move to about here. Alright, so then I want some staff paths. Oh my god, that's so much better. That was real fucking jarring. When it kept doing the other thing. Excuse me. Alright, so question is, do we want that to be there, or do we want it up further? So I'm thinking we might do a bathroom like here as you're coming off. I don't necessarily think this has to cut all the way this way. Alright, so this one I'm gonna move to like there. Alright, let me see. Where's... Let me see if this will even work where I want to try to put it. So I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Last weekend of 2023. Okay, so that's a fairly decent spot there. Oh. Right, we missed that, didn't we?
Yeah.
I didn't even hear it go off. You might not have been in here, though.
Yeah. It's okay. I'm taking it late, but I don't want to miss it.
Yeah, no.
So I'll just have to take the other one late.
Okay. So I don't know where the next building block's necessarily gonna go yet. So I'm just gonna kinda temporarily kind of pop this into here. Because, like, depending on where the next section starts, I'll probably be adjusting this. Because we'll probably have something over here. I just don't know. How I'm going to do the entrance to it yet. So we've got 2 entrances into this section. So since this station's here, we might do an entrance like here. Maybe? I'll have to see. So this path might get adjusted into normal non-staff path. But that is a matter for later. I love how I'm clicking the arrow and it's refusing to acknowledge the fact that I've clicked the arrow. Okay, so let me come into construction. So how is everybody? Everybody doing okay? I hope so. I'd like to thank you for joining me this afternoon. Sorry we got a slightly... Oh, fuck, really? Sorry that we got a slightly later start than we have been. Up. Cue Momo. Hi, Momo.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, my buddy.
Momo's gonna be so pissed off at me.
Yeah, he is. Hang on, buddy. Let me tuck myself out of the way here.
So we are gonna be stepping out for about a week and a half. What? No. No. That's not what that was supposed to be. Control C. Did I not hit enter? I'm good at that. Hold on. I'm good at doing the thing. And I'm like, I saw the number change. There we go. So we got that in there. Alright. The main reason why I'm putting this back in here is that I need another I need another water treatment. Kinda liked how that looked though. But if it's just not gonna work. Yeah, Momo's gonna be mad that he's not going on this adventure. He doesn't really like to travel though, but we can't really take him with us anyway. If he behaved better, like in the crate at the hotel, it would be one thing. But him and his brother will just howl. The whole time. And that's not gonna work. Yeah, I guess we can do something like that. So that means this can get moved. So we were booking hotels, well, we booked one hotel earlier. We have to, I don't think we're gonna book the other hotels yet. But I need to look up like hotel addresses and sit down with him and figure out you know, how much driving he thinks he's gonna do in a day. We were originally shooting for February, however, on our original plan we didn't know if that was feasible. And right, that's gonna cut through there by how much? And we were surprised this morning to see money in our bank account. We're like, what? We're like, what do you mean? We didn't think we were getting paid for weeks yet. So definitely shocked, to say the least. I don't... Could you not? Because, you know, see, I'm like clicking a specific thing. Okay, so I can click that. Thank you. Like, two's good enough. Wait, what? Were we facing the right? Really? I never noticed that. Wow. Okay. All the times I've been grabbing these planks to fill in the odd spaces, I didn't realize there wasn't the bar across those. I guess that makes sense because it's a single. So we were crunching numbers and trying to figure out what we could make work and what we couldn't make work. And it looks like we did manage to make, hold on a second. Okay, sorry. Okay, so this... that is a lot different height. It's still not sticking up, so... So we will be out of town the end of the month, just so you guys know. I will try to remember to put the stream on vacation. Like the schedule into vacation mode. What the hell's wrong?
So about 3:30, I'm gonna have to help them dump.
Okay. Why do you have to help them?
They need my help disconnecting the water.
How do they do this when they're not here?
It doesn't matter. What matters is that now they're gonna wait for an extra little bit before they do it.
What, they were originally about to do it right now?
Yeah. But I'm making food, and so I argued that to push it back a bit so it's a little bit less into your stream.
I mean, if they gotta do it right now, they gotta do it fucking right now, but... Of course they do. Of course they do. Okay, so we got that there. We moved that over. Okay. I need another... Well, I don't necessarily have to have this. But... it will probably make life a little bit easier and keep this from getting funky, because I think if the water's not attached to it, the water will start to like give off like stinky fumes on it or whatever. So it's probably just easier. Alright, so that's kind of how we did that. I need to get our wall color back. Because we lost all of that when we were dicking around with colors yesterday. In the other zoo, we do have an idea for our next zoo. We're nowhere near working on it yet, but we do have an idea for it. Oh, Coffee Bot's here. Welcome, Coffee Bot. I think I did this. Why did it not? Because it didn't. We lost the wood color too. What the fuck? Alright. Well. I guess we can adjust that. I mean, it's just the water treatment thingy. It's not like... it's gotta be the Grand Palace or anything, so... wood color 1. And we'll put this in. So does anybody have any plans for New Year's? Are we doing anything fun? Just staying at home. Are you even gonna try to stay up till midnight? Some people don't give a shit. Drink or two tonight, play games but nothing planned. Yeah, we're not doing shit. We're not going nowhere. Well, I mean, we've got the art stream tomorrow, but that's not really a special plan. I know some people have like specific traditions of things that they do. But we ain't doing dick. We're not doing dick. You have to get up at 2 AM on New Year's Day, so nothing going on. Yeah, I can see how that could definitely put a damper on things, but maybe you're better off. So yeah, we're gonna be out of town from January. Hold on, let me pull this up. We moved it up to January from February because hotel prices were better. We're getting there that day. So we're leaving, getting into my brother's on this day. So that's probably, we're either leaving the 26th or the 27th. We haven't decided yet. And check out there. Check back in up there. The zoo, we'll check out there. We might not be home till the 5th or the 6th of February. So not a huge amount of time, but a small chunk of time. We decided to skip SeaWorld. And we were able to make hotel prices work for Key West by skipping SeaWorld. So we didn't really think my mom wanted to go. She's been there plenty of times. Oh, why do I feel dizzy all of a sudden? What is happening? It's probably pushing on my neck funny. Yeah, so we're gonna, we'll leave here like that weekend of either the 26th-ish. We'll probably get to my brother's probably that Sunday. Depending on how driving goes. And we're gonna spend the night there because we would have had to stop around there anyhow. We might take him out to dinner with my mom. The next morning, we're gonna head down to Key West. That's gonna be like an all-day drive. And then we're gonna spend 3 nights there. Because we managed to find a date and time at some place that's like right in the middle of town, of like where everything is, without sacrificing a firstborn child. It's a little more than we generally would pay, and it's a little more than we paid at the last time we were there. However, we're not staying as long as we did previously. We're only staying 3 nights because there's not a whole lot we can do with my mom, because, you know, she likes her afternoon naps and and that sort of stuff. She's not as, you know, get out and wander around as much as the husband and I are. Like, we're fine, like, dicking around, wandering up and down the streets, going here, going there, getting some snackies, hanging out at Mallory, you know. She's not, like, hugely mobile. We're gonna have her wheelchair with us. We do have to valet park. Parking was gonna be a bitch, which is why we ended up picking this place. Because it seems like they've got valet, which is much cheaper than on-site self-parking. So we'll just keep everything that we need out of the car with us before we let valet take the car. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. And we're not going to really need the car that much if we stay at this particular place. And it turns out there's a couple of festivals going on during these dates. So surface lot parking might have been a bitch anyhow. So this place, even though it's a little bit more than we generally would have paid. It was still less than the prices in February for other properties. Because end of February, beginning of March was starting to hedge into spring break, and a lot of the properties jack the prices because they don't want the spring breakers there. Yeah, like that's another thing. Like a lot of the bed and breakfasts down there don't have parking. Don't have like a dedicated parking lot because a lot of people fly it. So, and parking is at a premium. I think the island's like 3 or 5 miles large. It's not that big. Not really. I mean, like you can bike around it and be fine. Yeah, so there's apparently a... Oh, what the fuck was it? What was the... There was something going on. There was like 3 different things. Let me double check this. So, because I had been looking on the one website, and then I switched to this other website that had like all of the hotel listings, and a couple of the properties that I was looking at there to see what they had available were like, oh, this is going on, this is going on, this is going on, and I'm like, no wonder nobody has any fucking availabilities. So, let's see, 2024. Alright, so, let's see. No. Oh, okay, that's that. I'm on their calendar of events. Give me 1 second here. Let me get closer to the date. So there's Mile Zero Fest. I don't even know what the fuck this is. This is... Oh no, that ends... That ends just as we were gonna stay. What the fuck was this? Carefully curated lineup of well-known and up-and-coming artists. Oh, it was like a music thing. I guess a music fest. That ends like 2 days before we get there, though. Sheriff's Animal Farm open house. Dang, that's the day before we get there. So is there nothing going on the day that we're there? Oh, okay, so some stuff's just ending. They're like in between. Okay, so there's like Key West Food and Wine, that's ending the day before we get there. So I think that's how we were able to score the hotel prices we were for a Marriott property. Not a bad price for a Marriott, I gotta tell you. I think we saw, it was like $390 for the center of town. The center of like the main street where everything is. With valet parking for 2 queen beds. I think with like taxes and fees, it came to like 4 something a night, but still that was not bad for its location at all. Really not. And then we don't have to worry about, because we were looking at stuff on the other side of the island, and it was going to be, there was one place that was definitely a little bit cheaper, but then we would have had to have driven across the island to where everything is, because I don't think that hotel offered a shuttle. They might have, but Russell really didn't want to wait for shuttle, and he wasn't sure she'd be able to wait around for shuttles. And then dealing with getting her wheelchair that we're going to be wheeling her around in so she doesn't have to walk so much. Like up and down the street was probably going to be a pain in the ass. And then if we tried to surface lot park, there's no guarantee we were going to be able to get a spot. So staying where we are, I don't think it includes breakfast. That might be an additional tack on. Or there's so many places around there, we can just go somewhere for breakfast. It's not a big deal. Not really. I don't think it is. Or we can, you know, have like a box of cereal or something with us, because I think the room might have a mini fridge. Or, you know, whatever. So, it was still better than other options. What are you making to eat anyway?
Oh, I just made a,
bacon?
Bacon tortilla.
Okay. But we did manage to make it work. And we'll probably still be doing Zoo Tampa. Providing we can get hotels. We should be able to, though. So I figured out why we got that price. It's in between festivals.
Ah, okay.
So, like, that Mile Zero Fest and
that's probably why we got a good price if we took the Friday off.
Yeah, and the Food and Wine ended the day before we were checking in.
Yeah.
So, they probably had some rooms that people weren't staying through. So... And that's fine. Why are you... Really? Okay. Put you there. Because of the gondola track. How high can I take you? Oh, okay. I can take you to your full height right there. But, I mean, it's a pretty damn good price for a Marriott property. We've never really stayed with Marriott because they're usually too expensive. It's just like, fuck that noise. We actually had a different, like, we had dates picked out, like, of checking in on a Tuesday and then, like, checking out on, like, Friday or Saturday. And that was, like, another, like, $200, $400 more, and I was like, what if we try Monday? So we're just gonna tailor when we go to the zoo. We're gonna change our zoo date because we didn't buy those tickets yet. To our Friday afterwards, on our way back up through the state, and hit that like in the going home direction.
Well, we probably won't be buying those ahead of time.
No. I don't see any.
The only thing I wanted to book ahead of time is Key West because it's so hard to get stuff.
Yeah, and that hotel might have sold out because they didn't have.
I'm not so worried about.
Yeah, they didn't have that many rooms left at that price, and I was like, oh fuck. So we actually like transferred some money around, and because the cards we were originally gonna put that on, the payment's not gonna go through until like Tuesday. And I'm like, I don't know that room's gonna be available on Tuesday. So we did some other magic. You did a Marriott at BlizzCon. It was amazing. Yeah, I mean, this place doesn't look bad. They've got a rooftop pool. It's indoor hallway room access, which is what my mom prefers. She doesn't feel as secure when it's like outdoor hallway, like a Days Inn, Comfort Inn kind of thing, where you're like on the outside and you just open the door to go in from like the parking lot. That she kind of gets a little weird about, but we've never stayed at this place ever. We've seen it plenty of times when we walked by it. And I had looked at their prices before and just couldn't swing it. But since we're only going to be there a few nights instead of like a full week, then... Because him and I are okay, like just chilling at the hotel for a while, but since she's going to be with us, we're trying to find stuff to keep her occupied. I think she mainly just wants to see the chickens running around. And there's some stuff you can do down there for free. told her about the tour. I don't know if she wants to do the tour. We can see if she thinks she feels up to it. Because we can bring all of her cushions and stuff. I don't know what we would do with the wheelchair, though. We might have to... That would be a problem. I don't know how that would work. I don't know if they had a wheelchair storage on the trolley or not. Like, she can get around without it, just not very well.
I don't think she gets around without it well enough to not have to bring it with to put her on there, so...
Yeah.
Like, I don't think the tour is going to be viable.
Yeah, probably not. We'll have to see if she wants to do Hemingway's to see all the cats. I don't know if she wants to or not. Like I said before, I don't know how she feels about that. These are pretty accommodating these. Yeah, I mean, we could. The other wild card is I never know. With her back, how much she can tolerate, because the tour's like an hour and a half, 2-hour drive around the town. And it's
also non-stop.
Well, they do make a couple of stops and you can't get on and get off, but you have to wait for the next train or trolley, and if there's room, then you can get on.
Yeah, that's going to be a little rough. I don't think we should even bother to go.
Yeah. Yeah, like, and the seats aren't padded on either version of the tour, because there's 2 different versions. The one version is like park bench seating, like in an old style trolley, and the other tour is like hard molded fiberglass seats, like bench seats. And it's like a fake train. Let me see. Key West. There it is, the conch train. Viator. I've heard good things about that company. A couple of vloggers I watch have used them a few times, and they've spoke highly of them. Yeah, like him and I can do it, but I don't know if she could. Why is it? Excuse me. Copy. There we go. At least I don't think those seats are padded. Maybe they are.
If they are, they aren't padded enough.
Because now that I'm looking at it, they might be padded. And I'm just misremembering.
Again, if they are, they weren't nearly enough. They won't be enough for your mother.
Yeah, it's very thin. Oh, I never did the train museum. That's within walking distance. I think. And there's like some self-guided tour stuff that we can do. Or Russell can pretend he's a tour guide. And I'm not making him do that. He had talked about doing that, so. Just so we're clear. So anything I put over here is going to end up interacting with the track when we bring it back around. You know, let's not do that one. But It's fun. It gives you a little history of the island, the different architecture types and stuff. I do think there might be a gift shop that's nothing but roosters. I have to find the name of it. It helps to support the care of the roosters on the island, I think.
Oh, we definitely gotta take her there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because apparently when they ended cockfighting down there, they just turned all the roosters loose. And these are all of the generations of roosters that have...
The Funky Chicken Store.
Yeah, 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 that's it. That have, survived running the streets since.
Oh, that's actually on Devolve. Okay.
Oh, cool, nice. Perfect. Yeah, it's a nice tour. I mean, it's a nice little ride, and you know, you don't have to get off at one of the stops if you don't want to. I'm a sucker for the key lime sherbet at their one store. I loved that shit.
Hey, and I can get my soap.
Yeah, we can get the soap now. We can stock up on that. I can get my salt scrub, my body butter. I'm excited for that. Haven't had that in forever because I can't. I think I managed to find at least a comparable salt scrub I could order online, but I haven't been able to get the body butter anywhere else except for there on location. Why are you being weird? It's because of the water? Maybe. What if we, like, do that way? Alright, we could do that. Yeah, it's not bad, and I like the train one, the tram, better than the trolley, because I did the trolley one time and it was so goddamn hot on that thing. It was a hot day, but even with all the windows rolled down, there wasn't much airflow because everybody was so like crammed in with each other. At least on the train, it's a little more open air, which I did like that a bit better, and you could see a bit better. You didn't have like the window supports and stuff in the way. But no, it's not a bad little tour. Oh, that's not the right one. There's a wall panel, and there's a wall piece. I wanted the wall piece because the wall piece is on the grid and the panel's not. Alright, do we want the little guy? And I mean, the price isn't so bad considering how long you're on the tour. Hemingway's is kind of boring once you've done it once, unless you're like really into Hemingway. Like Russell and I could take or leave that. Like I got some. Oh, we have to make sure we bring the camera. We've got to clear out the SD cards because we're gonna have the good camera this time. Like, I got a few nice pictures in the gardens there, but... Oceania edition, giant reptile house with a bunch of spiders. No, we're using the, not quite. We're using the Oceania pack. Is what that's about. We were originally started this back when the Oceania DLC had come out. And I'm a slow builder. So... And we weren't...
I haven't built meaningfully for 4 weeks, and she's only now catching up.
Yeah. It happens. But I also put a little more fussing into it than you do too, so... Did they add spiders with that pack? I don't think so.
No, they didn't. Massive meme potential lost because they didn't bother.
I think they added one exhibit animal, and I can't remember what the fuck it was. What the hell was it? None of those are it. I don't remember what it was. Wasn't any of those. I don't think. Could be wrong about that. Let me double check. What animals were part of the Planet Zoo? Oh no, it was Spectacle Flying Fox, excuse me. It's been a while since that one came out, so this was the one that came in. So it was Kiwi, Tasmanian Devil, Little Penguin, Quokka, and this guy plus a bunch of set pieces. Alright, let's see. So let's fix that. I heard flamingos. Oh, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. Oh, that's hilarious. It changed the colors automatically. We didn't have to do anything there. Well, that's cool. Tell you what, let's slap in a Tiki Steve there for good measure. If I can find him. Maybe you can make a place where it has a bunch of stuff about Oceania. We have 3 more building blocks or building sections set up here. We'll have to see what we can pull off. We're gonna have like an education area. I don't know that much about Oceania straight off the top of my head. I'd have to look up a few things. We do have 3 more like flags in circle with a didgeridoo centerpiece. Oh, you're a nerd, you can help. Yeah, so I'll have to like look up some stuff and see what I can pull off. I might be able to do that as part of the education section. So after we finish this section, hang on, let me pull up my building notes. So after this section, the next section's gonna have the Tasmanian Devil, the Flying Fox, the giant burrowing cockroach, and monarch butterfly. We need an adult rest area and a child playroom with all 4 education stations. We need a donut stand and a coffee stand, an information booth, and a bathroom. So we'll see what we can come up with. Oh, nothing. What's up?
Oh, nothing. They pulled up, so I'm just gonna go check in.
I thought they weren't doing it till like 3.
Well, I guess they did it now.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright, let's see here. I'm gonna have to try to line this up this way. Alright, that needs slight tweaking. I still have to go back and put that fence in. I just realized I didn't get that yet. It's gonna be the most time-consuming thing here. Alright, let me try to find my crooked backlit thing. Because I can never build straight. Although I could have swore this was straight when I made it. Apparently not. Take that off. And this. So yeah, so we'll be away. Like, away from everything. Or I will be away from everything from like the 26th through, I guess, the 4th or 5th. So if anybody tries to message me, I will not get back to you until then. Just so y'all are aware. Oh, okay. I didn't use those there. We did do a Tiki Steve there. Well, I guess I don't have to have... Come on. I don't want you blocking... There we go. Let me duplicate you to over here. So yeah, so we will be away. Like, I'll have my Kindle with me, but I don't have... The Kindle only does so much, so I'm not gonna have access to any of my socials. And we won't be streaming while we're away. We'll take some photos, though. And, we'll post all that stuff when we get back, though. And hopefully the pictures will come out. I'm gonna make sure that we've got the camera fixed before we go this time, because apparently he thought he fixed it when we went to the zoo the last time, and half the pictures didn't come out again, so I'm like, damn it. Put you there. So that was kind of aggravating. But apparently he wasn't always checking the image that popped up afterwards, so he wasn't noticing that they weren't coming out. Let's see here. I was thinking about bringing the boat back over here on this side, but I don't know if I want to. Should probably have like some of them being a little bit different. Alright, so there's the bathroom. Alright, Tiki Steve, I need another one of you. Yeah, that's pretty good. Put you there. We'll put you there. Alright. It's gonna be difficult to do the rock thing and the plant thing on this side until we get the track fully sorted. Because of the track height and stuff, so whatever we end up... Oh, that rock's poking through. Whatever we end up doing over here, we're gonna have to be mindful of height. For sure. So maybe we can go with some little guys. Here and there. Just realized that I need to still set the maintenance on the bathroom here. Alright, how are we doing anyway? Thirsty. Well, we just put in that other section, so hopefully that will help there. Oh wait, Steve, my boy. I need a few more of you. This staff path will probably not end up being this long in the end. Again, this is just kind of like temporary until I figure out how we're gonna handle the area next to it. So like I said, this might end up being normal walkway for a little bit and then branch off to staff path heading back that way. Kind of depends on what happens with the next set of stuff going in and what I end up doing with that. That's going to be too tall. "14 nations in the Oceania." So I'm not sure if I can pull those off. We can try to come up with something. I think there's art shapes that might work. There might be something that I can do like small enough to do on like flagpoles and stuff. Maybe we can do like food court, like a little like area and some benches and maybe some trees. Maybe like ring the outside with like different flagpoles. We'll have to give it a think and see what I think we can come up with within my capabilities. But I mean, we've come up with some interesting things before. Like our lizard rock and and our hot dog squad mascot. So I think we can pull off something. Alright, you're gonna have to be very low because that's gonna come out that way. It's not set up to come out that way yet, but it will be eventually. I would like to get another tamarind in here. I don't know if I can. Nope, 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 nope. That's not what I wanted. Let's see. I was really planning on starting around 12. I'm kind of mad, but I got tied up looking up hotel prices. And husband's like, well, you book it. And I'm like, well, no, I want you to book it because I was making all kinds of fuck-ups trying to get the dates in there. Just looking at the thing. It's like, I'd feel better if you booked it. He goes, well, no, I'm going to book it on your computer. I was like, alright. Like, but I'm going to put it under your name for right now. Can I put a link in? Because I found the Australian flag. Let me see if I can. Where is the... Oh, where was the thing to do the temporary? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, we're not using stuff off workshop. I have to make everything. We're not allowed to use anything workshop. That's one of our rules that we have for our building. I can take a look later and see how they did it. But anything that we put in the zoos, we have to build ourselves in this challenge against each other. If you hear any faint yelling, my mother-in-law and her sister, aunt-in-law, I guess, are in our driveway outside our room. next to the sewer access, trying to dump their RV tanks. Which is where the husband fucked off to try to help them, because apparently they needed help. Which is why I was confused, because I'm like, they have to do this when you're not around, when they're not here, so why do they need your help? They bring all sorts of chaos with them wherever they go. And the husband's like, oh, it's not our problem, it's their problem. It's not our problem, it's their problem. I'm like, sweetie, you seem to keep missing the simple fact that they keep making it our problem. You say this all of the time. However, every time you say it, every time it becomes our problem. So I don't believe you anymore. Every fucking time it becomes our problem. Every time. And Boz can attest to this. Every fucking time. So another reason why we decided to bump up when we were leaving, I was originally shooting for us not being home. The end of February, because that's, you know, gonna mark a year that my dad's been gone. And I didn't think it was gonna be good for her to be my mom's with us as well. Was gonna be, it's an odd living situation. I didn't think it was gonna be good for her to be in the house on that day. However, there's other fuckery afoot going on soon. And if we delayed, it was going to increase all of the fuckery potential multiplying. And then the hotel prices just kind of worked out better. So, because it turns out the mother-in-law has to make an appointment to get her stent checked to make sure that's not, to make sure they don't have to clean out the stent with her cholesterol issues or whatever. That's probably good enough. And that appointment she has to go make, the other appointment, is on the anniversary of him passing. And then, so we didn't know when that was going to happen, and we kind of have to be here for that because she was going to have like recovery time. Don't know how much recovery time, but she's going to have some recovery time afterwards, after she actually has the thing done. And then her sister, I don't know if I told you this, boss. The sister has to go back to New Hampshire at some point soon-ish. TM, blizzard soon. But nobody knows when yet, because one of her kids, their significant other's mother, I guess they're not married, is having hip replacement surgery, But they don't know when, because it hasn't been scheduled yet. And apparently her son, the sister's son, and the significant other both work early in the morning. And the significant other's mother helped take care of her 2 younger kids early in the morning. Like getting them off to school and shit. So, yeah, husband's from New Hampshire. I'm originally from New Jersey. We're currently living in Arkansas. So her sister is going to have to go up there and do what the significant other's mother was doing to help get the kids off to school in the mornings. And she's going to be flying back up there because it's going to be winter and she doesn't want to drive the RV back up there. So that means, I think you can see where this is going. That means that my mother-in-law, Russell's mother, would be here taking care of not only our 2 dogs and cats while we're gone, but also the aunt's dog, the aunt's 2 dogs, the old one and the crazy one. How am I gonna make this work? Is this the shorter version or is this the longer version? Or is this... Shit. Hold on, let me see here. Which version is this? So, husband and I were like, oh, I don't know about that. Because that's a lot of animals to deal with. A sitter might be safer. More expensive but safer. Well, so the aunt's gonna fly up there. The mother-in-law's sister. And deal with that. So then that leaves the mother-in-law here with the RV. The Rottweiler and the new Doberman Pinscher. Our 2 ankle biters. And the 4 cats. And the fish. So I'm like, Russell, that's a lot on your mom. Like that's a lot on your mom if we end up fucking off while she's here alone. That's a lot. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think that's fair. But we're also on a little bit of a time crunch with my mom. Because my mom is losing her vision. What am I looking for? Okay, that is the short piece. Fuck. Alright, and she said, my mom's no spring chicken. She's in her 80s. My dad died last February. So she had made a comment about, oh, I'd really like to see your brother before I pass away. And I was like, oh shit. So, you know, and I'm just like, fuck. You know how these things go. So, with her vision not being great and it getting slightly worse, we kind of want to get this done so she can go and see him before anything silly happens and we can't. I really wish they had put this piece in the game. I don't know what this piece is. This crossbar. This is similar enough to this. That's fine. I can fudge that. This, I might have to come out of Oceania to find that. So we're kind of like in a fuck all situation where we're trying to, she's doing okay. I mean, her back's a problem. It's always been a problem. It will always be a problem. Oh, that's very different, isn't it? It's gonna be noticeably different. Well, we don't necessarily have to do the same fence that the other one's got. Like, we don't necessarily have to. I can fudge something else in here. Like, we can do a different fence. We can do this fence. Oh, can we do this fence? How did I make this fence? The long posts are a problem. It didn't matter when it was... Where did I get those posts from? I must not have gotten it from, Oh, you know what? What size is this? Nope, that's too thick. But I mean, she's doing okay otherwise. I'm going to split that. And let's see. Do you want to change that? Yeah. It can be a different color for a different station. I'm okay with that. Alright, we're gonna have to do some finagling here, though. Oh, we're nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. But, yes, so... Since we got our... Or we're in the process of getting our shit sorted finally after the husband got approved for his disability. It's just like, you don't know... Like, if she was pushing through everything just until we were gonna be okay or not, because she has been helping us financially, so you never know. So Russell and I are like, we really want to get this done, especially while she can still see. So hermit crabs. Oh yeah, and the crabs. Well, the crabs don't need any maintenance. We'll feed them before we leave. Those guys can go weeks without eating. We're not going to be gone that long. So she's not going to need to do anything with the crabs. We'll make sure they got plenty of water and food. But yeah, just she made us nervous when she said that. like last winter. We're like, okay. Remember, you don't owe anyone anything. Yeah. Yeah, like husband and I have been talking about some stuff and trying to get some finances sorted and figuring out what bills we're taking off of his mom's hands for the house and stuff. And his aunt was really pushing us to take a specific bill, and I'm like, wait a minute now. Y'all just can't be making decisions, 'cause that depends on a lot of things. Like, he just got his back pay today, which is why we started booking stuff, because the hotel prices were there, and it was a damn good deal for this time of year. So we're like, no, let's just do it. We'll do it sooner than later. And then we don't have to worry about hurricane season and stuff. So, how far in is this gonna... I don't know. That might be okay. If I do it there... So it's either going to overlap there or it's going to stick out there. I think I'm okay with that overlapping there. I mean, that's fine. But, I was like, Russell, we're already paying off a bunch of your mom's shit. So we don't have to worry about it. Because, his mom is going to put the house fully in his name before she goes out again on the road with her sister. And so we are paying off some house debt. And I'm like, just fucking put the brakes on this, 'cause what the hell? I understand this bill's a lot, and I understand she hasn't been here recently, but this is still where she lives. And they're jacking up that one bill being here with the RV, which I'm not happy about. And not giving anything towards it. My mom was paying the water bill. However, we had a lot of water usage last month. And we just got the bill in the mail today for next month. And I'm like, my mom's like, I can't pay this. This is too much money. Because it was almost, it wasn't quite double, but it was damn near close. And husband and I are like, we'll pay it this month. That's fine. Yeah, it's your life, not his aunt's too. And yeah, it's like, hurricanes are fun where you live if the land, or, yeah. But, I missed something you'd said earlier. Jersey, you were driving through there 2 hours ago. Yeah, I'm from South Jersey originally. But yeah, like the aunt kept trying to push for us to take the one bill off of his mom. And I understand that the electric bill is a more expensive bill. However, we're paying off 2 of her large debts in one lump sum. And her other debt, Russell's decided he's going to pay down slowly over time. And that will give her more money a month to work with. And apparently the aunt didn't realize that we were doing that. And I'm like, you don't know what we're discussing. So stop trying to get in the mother-in-law's brain and push for something that we did not agree to and are not okay with. Damn it. Like, we're dropping a lot of cash in the next week. We've already dropped some of it. He's already started paying off some stuff. And whatever's left, after we get back from the trip, I think at least half of that, if not all of it, is going into a savings account or a CD or something. Because he ended up getting more in back pay than we originally thought he was going to. He was operating off of one amount, and I was like, okay. And we thought we were getting the paperwork before they sent the money, and for some reason he just happened to check his bank account when he got up, and he's like, I got paid. I'm like, what? What do you mean you got paid? He's like, I got paid. I'm like, weren't supposed to get paid yet. I thought we were supposed to get paperwork before you got paid. And he goes, well, it's there. And apparently they're paying the lawyers separately. Like, they're supposed to be getting their own check. The only thing we owe our lawyers is like $15. Directly from us. That we have to worry about. So that's something. Yeah, I don't know. He was looking at a couple high yield savings accounts, and he wasn't sure what he wanted to do. And I'm like, well, ultimately, it is your decision. He was trying to see where he was going to get the better interest. He found one savings that was, was it 5%? And they were FDIC insured. It made me nervous though because it was an internet bank, and I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. And he's like, well, I mean, they're FDIC insured. He goes, so if anything happens, we're insured to get the money back. And I'm like, up to a certain dollar amount. We would probably never exceed that dollar amount. But it still makes me nervous. I know I'm a little bit more old school where I'd rather be able to walk into the bank and give somebody shit if there's a problem. But we'll see. So did they finish?
Mm-hmm. Internet bank is FDIC backed just like every normal bank, which is why I'm looking at doing that, because you can't cash out a CD early for emergencies without paying a penalty.
Yeah, no, you can't. Those are locked in.
Yeah.
And I think the shortest ones you can get might be 3 months. It might be 6.
The interest ain't great.
But yeah, the interest on those is really kind of shitty.
But again, if it wasn't FDIC back, then I wouldn't care as much, but it is. So, well, at least the one I'm looking at.
Yeah. But ultimately, his decision. And he is doing research, so. But we'll figure it out. We have to get work done on the car this week. I'm so excited to get that fucking sensor looked at.
Yep.
We have been tortured by our tire sensor for like 2 years. We thought they had looked at it when the car went in for maintenance in April. Apparently they didn't. We either forgot to tell them about it, or they never looked at it and we thought they did. But our fucking tire sensor has been flashing. Or just on all the time, even though the air pressure in the tires was where it was supposed to be. Like, we have like 2 different tire gauges and we were checking with both of them.
Well, again, it is something you have to research. I'm not jumping in saying, oh, just an internet bank for the sake of it. But you have to make sure it's properly insured as a bank.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like, that's what matters. That's the difference between any schmuck saying, give me money and I'll hold it onto it for you, and an actual bank is that FDIC backing, so that way if the bank goes under, you can still get your shit back eventually.
Yeah, I mean, if they're government insured, then that's a little bit better. It's not some fly-by-night Tom, Dick, Harry Incorporated out of their living room.
Yeah, no, I know better. I know better than to just say, oh, it's offering interest. Well, that's interesting. I'm not that big of a sucker.
And, like, we don't do crypto or anything. That shit. No, that's okay. I've heard too many horror stories with that, and I'm just like, no. Too many of those crypto things have gone under, and people are like, fuck. They're fucked. They've got no money left. And I'm just like, yep, nope, 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 nope. At this time, that can go fuck itself. Is this all leaning inward? Oh, my fence is so crooked. Well, if I get this side straightened out, maybe I can just copy it over. You do like how regular currency exchange works and investing in, like, the euro, for example. That's interesting. Yeah, but I'm not doing crypto. That's a hard fucking no. Not for us in our circumstances.
Not for anyone who has half a clue, to be perfectly blunt. And I apologize if you're a crypto stan, but
no, the crypto scares them. Like, I'm like, there's been too many stories of people looking at their accounts and be like, oh yeah, millions, and then they've got $5 and it's all gone.
Well, that's because it's only worth something while people are willing to pay for it, and a lot of people have been making their money by conning other people into thinking it's worth something.
Yeah. No thanks. What you doing?
Oh, I gotta clean my shoes off.
Tessa again?
Probably. That's the assumption.
We're fucking going to PetSmart and we are buying her a goddamn pooper scooper.
She won't. It's not an issue of the pooper scooper. She has to be able to see it. Old people vision. Yeah.
Well, she doesn't follow the dog either.
Well, she follows her, but she walks along dropping randomly as she goes, and my mother can't see it amongst the weeds. So I'm not shocked. I'm not that upset, but I do have to clean my shoes. So.
Didn't one of the things we have a leaf blower attachment to it, or no?
That would not help. There's no way I could keep that actually clear without a whole bunch more effort than it takes to just clean my fucking shoe.
We're getting you new shoes while we're gone.
Yes, we are.
Or before we go.
Might be doing that. We might be doing that in the next couple days.
I would like to look at a new pair. Okay. I mean, my flamingo ones still are functional, but I'm wearing the tread down on them. Pooper scooper dare, great. You think crypto is like investing into the dark web or some shit?
Well, the worst part is, at least with the dark web, you're investing in drugs, so you're getting some kind of product that can be resold. Okay? So while it's sketchy as fuck and I wouldn't recommend it, at least you have a tangible product.
This is true.
Instead of, an ugly cartoon that anyone can look at, but you have a special version that's on a specific website, essentially. I know it's not technically, but I'm being facetious for the sake of comedy. But you've got a special version of that image on a website.
Oh, is that the NFT things?
Ah, yes! But you can... You're right, I'm sorry, I was thinking NFT instead of crypto, which is basically the same scam, something different. Yes, you're buying child labor on there, but it's labor. It still has more value than crypto. It still has more value than an NFT. Still sketchy, but it has value. So
my thing is that you don't have anything physical that you can put in your hands with crypto. It's all digital, and that bothers me.
Well, technically a lot of stocks and bonds are like that nowadays.
But you can...
Yeah, but then again, they have resale value because they represent a product. As opposed to an NFT or crypto, which represents literally nothing but that number or that picture on, again, a website or a server, technically.
Yeah, no, I can't. I just can't with that shit. We don't have enough money that we can fuck around and find out. We just don't. And all the more power to those that do. I am not one of those people. But stocks are old and have been around long enough. Yeah, like stocks are a little bit tested and reliable. I'd be okay with certain stocks if the company, you know, looks like they're stable.
If we weren't poor as fuck and therefore couldn't afford the risk.
Like I said, if we could afford to fuck around and find out, and we can't, so... At this time, we cannot afford to fuck around and find out. Okay, so there's that. And then this side... Alright, how do I want to do this? I want to grab this one. Alright, let's start with this one. Sorry, we haven't been getting a whole lot done today. I am all sorts of scattered. I wasn't expecting to be having to, like, book hotels and shit.
Shoes.
Which shoes are they?
The ones I got for Christmas, the weird padded slipper things.
I thought we were gonna rip the things out.
Oh no, it's not even that. It's weirdly fluffy yet flat at the same time. The padding does nothing to pad the shoe, but it does everything to lift my heel slightly when I step off of it. Oh my god. I wasn't aware that Starbucks was having something.
Starbucks failed due to protest certain group. Huh. You got bad ADHD and scatters all you know. Oh, good. We're in the right company here. Definitely the right company here. Husband and I both suspect I might have some form of it.
Oh, fell. Oh, okay.
Fell, my bad. Yeah, no, we try to not talk politics, but yeah, I get what you mean. But at least we don't talk politics on here, because things get real ugly real quick when you start doing that. But yeah, so husband has severe anxiety and depression with a side of autism thrown in. And based off of the husband's experiences, he kind of sort of suspects I might as well, at least on the autism side of it.
You're somewhere on the spectrum.
Husband has some texture issues with clothes. I think I might be slightly worse than him. Let's see, so this is gonna overlap back here a little bit. That might be okay. If I can get that to not look so ugly. Yeah. Why are you being silly? Because it's Planet Zoo, that's why.
Being fair, if I remember the Boeing thing you're talking about, it was specifically because a couple planes went down of the same general model.
Was that the Max 8?
I don't remember the model number, unfortunately.
Their new one. Quote unquote new one. That was like due to a software issue or some shit.
I didn't look too much into it because I don't have money for Boeing, even if I wanted to put into it.
People suspect you're on the spectrum, and oh my god, you have so many texture issues. Yeah, I've got texture issues. I've got some... Well, I don't know if I'm just a picky eater, or if it's more food issues. Husband has food anxiety, for sure. Like, going out to eat at a restaurant is a challenge, unless it's, you know, something that you can't really fuck up, like French fries. Then, he's not, or like a cheese quesadilla. Like, and the cheese quesadilla is a, challenge, too. But
yeah, that depends on how the day is going.
French fries can be a challenge depending on how the day is going, but,
yeah,
to be fair.
Our upcoming, expected expedition, one of the things we're going to be packing is a large box of crackers, just in case.
We'll grab a jar of peanut butter, because that you can travel with fine.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be refrigerated or anything. We'll get probably 2 boxes of crackers just to make sure we've got enough, and in case anybody else wants some, so they don't feel bad about taking yours.
Really? You're gonna want crackers on the trip?
You're
gonna mock me by taking my crackers, woman? I
don't know. It depends on if it's late night in the hotel and I'm hungry. Just saying. No, that's not what I want. It's not mocking you. Sometimes you need a fucking snack.
Woman. Jesus.
And,
it's a joke.
We're not going to do granola bars because they just did a recall on the ones that you like, and you're not going to be able to eat those. We'll probably get some fruit snacks.
And I watched them recall those right before our trip.
Probably right after, and we're not going to see the message. Like right when we start out. Yeah, you're going to be ugly no matter what I do here. Fuck it. That piece is just gonna be ugly. Okay. So we got one light there. Oh, you're kind of like hanging off. Tiki Steve. Tiki Steve, you're like hanging off here. Oh, that's why I had you like that. Well... that's a little better. You love Hispanic food because you're Puerto Rican, so you don't have an issue with fish texture, but fish texture you just can't. Yeah, you know, I mean, sometimes you just need to leave cracker crumbs. That, and if I need to eat, like, I have weird issues with being able to eat at times. Like, I can't eat when I first wake up. Something about trying to eat within a half an hour of waking up just doesn't work. It turns my stomach. Which is why I always had such a hard time eating before I had to leave for school. I'd like get 3 bites of cereal and then like everything like tasted like paste texture in my mouth and I couldn't do it. And I'd be like, nope, not eating now. And then I'd get to school and like 5 minutes into homeroom, my stomach is growling, and I'm like, God damn it. You know what? No, we don't need a Tiki Steve up there, because we don't need a Tiki Steve post, because we've got Tiki Steve on the wall. This is the exit ramp. We've got you there. Okay, so we got that one. I don't know if I can... Alright, we're gonna have to piecemeal you. Nope. Alright, what time is it? 3. Alright, I still have to go back in and remember to do that, bathroom maintenance schedule. I almost want to do it right now while I'm thinking about it. But I don't want to scroll that hard because we're working on this right now. Scattered train brain coming on down the track. At least it's not as ugly as two men high on drugs fighting in New York City. So you love eating when you first wake up? Yeah, I can't do it. I have to be awake for a little bit. So while we're on the road, I'll try to eat something at the hotel's breakfasts before we go. I might just grab a container of cereal if they have one on the counter that I think's something I can eat to eat later in the car. If it's one I like dry. But there's also a chance I might grab a fruit cup at wherever we stop to top off gas before we head out too. I always have a hard time with breakfast sometimes, depending on how long I've been awake. But if it's one of those things where I'm having travel insomnia, I might just, you know, be awake way sooner than my mom's up at. We have to figure out what time of day we're gonna leave here. We need to pull out our luggage. See if it still smells okay. See if it's still in travel condition. Because it's been in storage for like since 2018. You can't sleep well besides the fact that you have stupid sleep apnea. You go to bed at like 9:30 and you're awake at 4. Hispanic rule is 6 hours before. We're driving, so...
Yeah, no, I could not get away with flight anymore.
Yeah, we can't fly. Too much anxiety. Like, not even specifically about the flight itself, just anxiety in general. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. So we are driving. Which I like a little bit better, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, it's a little stressful in transit. But if the husband's having a moment, we can stop and take that moment. He can reset if he needs to. So we actually kind of prefer the driving part of it. And with him not working, we can afford the time of doing the drive. So no reason not to. You know, have panic attacks before a flight and you love to travel. It's like you're going to Italy in April. Oh, nice. You're nervous, but you're also excited. That's a long time to be on a plane. I could never do that. Unless you're doing like multiple like mini hops. I don't think you can go direct from here. I'd imagine you would have like a layover somewhere. Or maybe you can do. I mean, you can do non-stop to Australia, so maybe you can do non-stop to Italy. It's been some time since I've flown, and I've never flown internationally, so... Like, there was a vague part of me that might have been semi-curious about Hawaii at one point, but I'm like, you know what? I can just go to Key West, I'll be fine. It's just, I can get there a hell of a lot faster. There's no way I could stand being trapped on a plane for that many hours. I couldn't do it. Your tri-state area, but you can do oh, you can do non-stop to Milan. Oh, fascinating. Well, that's helpful, at least. Is that where I want to start to... We're still kind of short there. Alright, so what happened here? I need to tilt you. That's what happened here. Alright, so the bottoms are going to be a little janky. That's okay. I mean, honestly, like, we're going to see this section very much. We'll see it on the tour when everything's all said and done. But I don't think it's gonna be too much. Okay, so this was the one that kind of started the janky. Alright, that's a lot better. I mean, then this height's a little off. But then that is floating. Oh, that's floating too, but you don't really see it because of that. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna leave that be. Alright. So let's finish taking this up this way. Oh no, you can't. Reread. Oh, read. You can't do. Oh, okay. See, I'm also dyslexic. And sometimes I don't fully see all of the letters in a word. Getting to California took a lot out of you. It was worse having to change. Oh god, you changed planes 3 times? Holy fuck. The last time well, no, not the last time. One of the times I flew. Wait, fuck you can to Milan now. Oh, wow. It used to be like you had to go through Zurich. Okay. See, I don't really look at international flights. I haven't looked at pricing out flights in forever since I can't really fly anymore. I'm a nervous enough flyer on my own that I like work myself up into a fucking migraine. It's a little better when I'm with somebody, but not much. The first time I flew, I was with my sister. The second time I flew, I was on my own. For the first time ever. That was terrifying. For me. Because I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. And it was also the first time I ever had to change planes. That was not fun. It was here, but I'm like, had no idea what the fuck I was doing. I was on my way to, oh, it's because the expensive ones are direct, so that's why. So, yeah, you didn't want to land in LA. So where did you go? John Wayne? Or no? I know a couple of the airports out there from one of the vloggers I watch. And sometimes they'll fly into LAX and sometimes they'll, yeah. They said they prefer John Wayne because the traffic's not as bad. But, when I lived in South Jersey, we still had, I was flying out of Atlantic City International Airport. And, at the time, it was Spirit and Delta. I think Delta has since left out there. They weren't doing enough business to stay. So I didn't have to go to Philly on my own. That would have, like, just done me in altogether. But, I was flying here to see the husband. Because he was living here at that point. And, let me tell you, that was the most convoluted flight journey I have ever taken that particular time. Someone had recommended it. It was a good suggestion. Just no direct flights. Name the 3 at New York City airports. LaGuardia, JFK, and I'm not sure if Newark counts as New York area or not. It might. But yeah, no, Spirit was like the airline out of Atlantic City International. I've flown on them a couple of times. My aunt used to work for Spirit. Well, no, it wasn't Spirit directly. My aunt used to work at the airport. At least I don't think it was for Spirit directly. It was her husband, I think, that was a mechanic for Spirit, I think. I think that's how they were getting the cheaper flight rates. Alright, let's see here. I should be able to... No, I don't want that. Yes. So I had to fly from Atlantic City International Airport. Even though it isn't in New York City, people fly there and how's they get to Central Park. Yeah, it's like, well, see, there's either going to be a ferry or a train involved, or both. Or a really expensive cab ride. American Eagle or the little planes to Philly. You checked Atlantic? Yeah. Like, it's been I haven't been back in Jersey living there for over 10 years now, I think, so. But, so from Atlantic City to Northwest Arkansas. Oh, buddy. That was one hell of an experience at the time when I was doing it. 1010 do not recommend. There were no direct flights at that time. So, I was kind of fucked. And had to go from Atlantic City International Airport to... Where the fuck did they send me? To Cincinnati, Ohio. Then from Cincinnati, Ohio, they took me to Dallas, Fort Worth. And then from Dallas, Fort Worth, I had to go to XNA. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And then going home was a whole nother fucking ordeal because I didn't go back through the same airports. I was like, what the hell? I figured out how to do this. Well, okay, one of the airports changed. One of them was the same. But I was like, okay, I figured out how to do this on the way there, and then you're changing the airports on me on the way home. And I was crossing time zones like crazy. So that was another factor that had to be accounted for. Because we're in Central Time Zone here, and I was in Eastern Time Zone. So... I panic a lot when I travel, especially alone. So, trying to figure out where I had to be, when I had to be there was fascinating. And especially when I was terribly, terribly sleep deprived on the way home because, we didn't get that much sleep the night before I left because it was, you know, all tears and stuff because I was leaving because we were in the middle of a long distance relationship at the time. And, so, you know, we were sad and stuff. And so we were like up the whole night talking. So, I had to leave out of XNA. Then they took me to Atlanta. And I'm like, huh? That airport. Oh my god. Not as, I mean, kind of as overwhelming as Dallas Fort Worth. I walked around in a circle for 10 minutes in Atlanta because I didn't understand a sign. Like, I was following the arrows from one gate to another, and I'm like, where's the goddamn thing? I walked around a staircase 3 times before I realized I had to go down a staircase. And I was like, oh, okay. And so this was years ago. This was like, when the hell was this? We met in 99. 2000. Maybe 2003? Something like that. And, holy shit. I was just lost because I'm like, how the fuck? Because there was like trains to this gate. I'm like, I don't want to get on a train because for some reason my brain was thinking the train was going to make me leave the property. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. So it's like, I was like, no, what we're not going to do is that. So I'm trying to follow these directions on these signs that I'm seeing to walk to my new gate that was apparently in a different terminal. And for some reason I was having a hell of a time understanding this. And finally walked in enough circles and I stopped in because I'm like, there's stairs down. And then I looked at the signs. I noticed there were signs above the stairs going down. I was like, oh, there's a sign with my terminal with an arrow pointing on it. Okay, I guess I have to go down these stairs. It wasn't very clear to me. So I'm following the signs and I go down these stairs and I'm still following the signs and I'm like, okay. And then it's like pointing outside. And I kind of froze and I'm like, what? And then it's like bus to terminal whatever. And I was like, uh-huh. And I'm like starting to panic now because I'm like, I'm gonna miss my flight. What the fuck? I'd like tried to give myself like at least an hour to 2 hours in between. But I had no idea where I was going. I'm like, where the fuck is this bus gonna take me? And then I have to get to my gate after. I was so fucking a mess and terrified because I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. It was sort of comical, but also I was a hot fucking mess and I was just like, oh, I don't know where I'm going. Somebody help me. Like, are my bags gonna get there? And then from Atlanta, I'm like trying to time this out in my head because I wasn't paying attention to what kind of aircraft I was being put on. And I'm like sitting there looking at my ticket and looking at when my next flight leaves Ohio. And I'm trying to do the math and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna miss my next flight. The trains are lifesavers. Yeah, I'm not used to the trains and stuff, but and I didn't understand that it was gonna keep me in the airport property. I thought it was like gonna take me off the airport property for some reason, and I was just like, well, that's not what I want to do. And I was so confused. Nisey should not be allowed to travel on her own like this alone the first time doing it. It's just, it should not be a thing. But I'm sitting there and I get to the gate. I think I had like a half an hour to spare by the time I got to the gate, which for me was late. I wasn't, but to me that felt late, and I was like, oh god. So I'm trying to get settled in to my seat, and was it the same? Yeah, it was my row. I'm getting seated, and there's a guy next to me. Kind of next to me. He's in the window. And he's traveling with what I assume was his little brother. Because I didn't hear him call the kid son, and it was kind of like little brother sibling attitude towards the small one. And like total disinterest. It just seemed like, I can't believe I have to fucking do this kind of thing, where they were just so bored, and so this was like the last thing they wanted to do. And I'm sitting there still in a panic, staring at my ticket. I'm like, oh my god, my next flight leaves then. And I'm thinking, I'm like, oh my god, okay. And I'm like having a small meltdown, because I'm like, I'm gonna get stuck in this airport and have to be bumped to another flight, and I'm gonna have to talk to somebody when I get there. And I was on like a 737. This was the largest plane I'd ever been on, and I'm like, why is this plane so big? At first, and then I was beginning to think I got on the wrong plane, because up until that point, all the planes I had been put on were like the commuter planes that were like maybe 50 rows max. And I'm like sitting there, and I'm like, you know, 2 seats on each side, and I'm sitting there, I'm looking at how everything's set up, and I was like, what is happening? Why is this plane so big? All the other planes I've been on up until this point have not been this big. What is going on? And I was so confused. And then they're starting to the flight attendants, oh god, it's so hard to say. We're starting to talk and explain some things. And they're like, our flight time today is 35 minutes. And I was like, what? I was like, did you just say 35 minutes? Because my brain, I was panicking because I thought this flight was going to be 2 hours. And I was like, wait, 35 minutes? Are you sure this is a 35-minute flight? Because if this is 35 minutes, I'm fine. I'll have to haul ass to my gate, but this is fine. And, I still didn't quite believe it, because, like, they weren't even doing movies, they were doing, like, a TV show. And I was like, okay, like, I think they only had time to do, like, a bag of pretzels that they were passing out, like, that was it. And I'm like, this is very strange. Because all of my flights up to that point had been, like, 2.5 hours, and I'd never been on a flight that short, ever. And I was like, I have questions. And it landed about a half an hour later, and I like ran to my next gate, and I think I had like 45 minutes to maybe an hour to spare, but I was not going to feel better until I got to my gate and made sure that everything was on time. But after that experience, they seemed to be, I didn't really interact with them all that much. I was more annoyed by the child next to me. Well, okay, not necessarily the child next to me, because they were like 5, okay? And, you know, they're 5, and they're bored. And their traveling companion was not doing dick with them. They were doing their damnedest to ignore them. I was more mad at their traveling companion than I was with them themselves, because they kept trying to, like, they were pulling like the fuzzy things off of earbuds and like trying to show them to me, like they were trying to get me to entertain them. And at that point, my nerves were so shot, I was just like, no. I'm like, why isn't your chaperone entertaining you? I'm like, this is not my job. I'm sorry. I feel bad that you're this bored, but I'm still trying to calm myself thinking that I was going to miss a flight, and now apparently I'm not. So, yeah, like, maybe you should bother your traveling companion instead. But, I got home okay. The next time I flew to go see the now husband, then it was the fiance. No, they weren't. Yeah, no, we didn't get engaged that trip. That was just to come see him. The next trip we got engaged. But the next time I came down here, I gave myself plenty of time in between my flights, almost too much. I think the one flight might have been delayed on my way home. Or maybe I picked that much time because the other flight was going to be way too close. Those were, I only had to change planes once each way. So that was better instead of like twice each way. But, I remember being so sleep deprived on the way home from the second trip. It was, Atlantic City International to Cincinnati and then Cincinnati to here. That was better. But only just because I was so fucking tired. I had set my flight a little long to make sure I had plenty of time, and I probably overdid it because my flight from Cincinnati didn't leave there until like 9 p.m. Ohio time, and I got into Ohio at like like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I probably overdid it on that one, but at least I'm fucking here. So it was a thing. Uh-oh. I hear feet.
I hear the tap, tap, tap of incoming puppet.
Uh-oh.
Hi, Momo.
You okay, Momo?
What's up, bro?
You're walking very gingerly, buddy. Are you okay?
What's up, huh?
You've got your one back leg stretched out funny. Come
Yeah,
here.
he's been doing that.
Do you need pain medication, bud? Are you hurting from the weather? He has an old back injury. He keeps like compressing or slipping a disc or something.
Oh my goodness. Alright.
Oh wait, I missed one there. Did I? I feel like we missed one. Yeah, I did. Okay. But I was so fucking tired. Like, I just want to go home. I feel like there should be another one in there. But, yeah, I think that was the last... No, the last time we flew was our honeymoon. And that was on Spirit Airlines.
That was a night where I ate so many lights.
Yes, never again. Never again. That was the last time we flew Spirit.
No, it wasn't even just the flying.
No.
I still think that fucking shuttle thing was the worst. Carry most.
Yeah, they really should have, like, either steeply discounted us or something, because that was horrible. I've never had that happen before. Yeah, like, I wasn't gonna yell at the kid. They were just kind of, like, bugging me for attention. But, I mean, they were 5-ish. And I just kept hoping that if I ignored them long enough, they'd go back to bothering their companion. Or their companion would notice and be like, hey, stop. But I wasn't gonna give the kid shit. Because they're a kid. And, you know. They've got, like, little kid excitement. So I didn't want to give them a bunch of unnecessary problems. I mean, I understand. I just wasn't in a capacity to deal with it. I'm just like, I'm just gonna sit over here and have my own little panic attack. That's fine. But, yeah, getting home was fascinating. But our trip on our honeymoon, well, our wedding and our honeymoon, because we got married, we had I guess you'd call it a destination wedding, but it was just the two of us. Because we couldn't really afford anything else. So we pissed off everybody. We're like, we're just gonna go get married, just the two of us. Because we actually got married in Key West. And, we didn't have to have a witness. The guy that did it, his wife was doing the photography for us as part of our package, and she doubled as a witness. So, that covered us there. Alright, we're gonna take this down. If you're sensitive to light changing, you might want to look away for just a moment. Alright, you can look back now. But, you like JetBlue? Yeah, I guess they all have their horror stories. I mean, Spirit wasn't too bad when we had flown them. This was years ago. We got married in we got married in 2007. So it might have been a little different then. Somebody just bought Spirit. Was it JetBlue? Somebody just bought Spirit. I don't think it was Southwest. Oh, can you check that pot? I forgot I had something cooking. He'll usually check on it when I've got stuff cooking on the stove. It's like stew meat, so it had enough water in it. He hasn't answered me yet, though. But Southwest is cultured. I think it might have been JetBlue that just bought Spirit Airlines. Maybe. Can you check that pot?
Yep, it's good.
Okay. But, like, our flight down was okay. The seats were, like, really stiff and cramped. Like, there was, like, no legroom whatsoever on Spirit. And the seats didn't really seem like they were gonna recline either. And it was a packed fucking flight. We flew into Fort Lauderdale. And, we did a shuttle service from Fort Lauderdale Airport down to the Keys. I don't know if this company's still in business.
I hope the fuck not.
It was like a van that picked us up, and they picked up multiple people. So kind of like a rideshare, I guess. But more specifically, we run this route, and we'll drop you off at the address that you need to go. You have to, like, schedule it and stuff. It was a van, so it was like bench seating. Apparently the windows on the inside of the back of the van did not open. And about a half an hour or so into our trip up or down the Keys, and it's about a 3.5 hour to 4 hour drive through the Keys, and we were going all the way to the end, it got very hot. Well, it started out getting very warm in the back of the van, and I was like, husband doesn't handle heat real well either, like overheating heat. And we were like, hey, is there air conditioning back here? Because it's really warm back here. And guy was like, yeah, there's air conditioning back there. And I'm like, could you maybe turn it up? Because it doesn't feel like there's any air conditioning back here. It is very hot.
I don't remember him ever saying there was air conditioning.
I thought he said there was air conditioning.
He
or
said
there
it was broken the moment we asked.
Oh, I thought he said that
No.
they had it. They said it was fixed or something.
No.
I thought I heard him say they said it was fixed, and then they thought it was broken.
They were trying to fix it.
Oh. They
Yeah,
should have never put that van into service then.
That's why I'm pissed, because the guy was driving and I was talking to him about it. The guy had been driving for a couple days without air conditioning doing this route.
Oh, no.
Yes, that's why I was pissed. It wasn't that, oh, my AC broke.
Oh,
it's that the AC wasn't
I
working
misunderstood. I
Oh,
I thought that it
no.
had just broke. Because I couldn't hear what you guys were saying. Oh no, that we should have complained harder then. I would have complained a hell of a lot harder with the company after we got to the hotel then. So there was no AC in the back of the van at all. There was a little bit up front. A little bit, but it wasn't working in the back. And there was like 5 or 6 other people that were getting dropped off before our stop. Every time somebody got out, we were moving up closer to the front, and Russell eventually ended up getting in the front passenger seat when we were like the last ones left, and they ended up rolling the windows all the way down. And oh my god, it was, by the time we got to the hotel and checked in, the front desk people looked at us and they're like, are you guys okay? They're like, are you sure you're all right? Like, we think we had heat exhaustion. We don't think we had a heat stroke, but we had extreme heat exhaustion. We checked in. They sped us through check-in as fast as humanly possible. Took us up to our room to show us where it was. And we're like, okay. And we're like, we're just going to lay down in the air conditioning for a minute. We turned the air conditioning on as high as it would go. And we passed out on the bed. Still in our travel clothes. Like, we just kind of like collapsed onto the bed. And we didn't know anything for like 4 hours. 4 hours later, we woke up and like it was getting dark out. And we're like, what? Like, what just happened? I misunderstood then. I thought that the AC had just broke. I would have raised a hell of a lot more hell. It's like, this is fucking dangerous, yo, because the back windows did not open. The only windows that opened were the driver and passenger side windows up front. It was bad. No, I would have bitched harder because that was terrible. Yeah, the hotel employees were nice. We haven't been able to book back into that hotel since. I think they changed who owned it. And every time that we've tried to book there, there's nothing available. Like, I've even tried to like book a year out and it still says nothing available. And I'm like, how is this possible? So I don't know how these people are getting hotel reservations. Because I can never get a room to open up there. Ever. And they only book so many months out in advance. And I'm just like, how? Did they like sell this? Is this like timeshares now? Like, what is this? I know the hot tub that was there, they ended up cementing over and they put like a little statue there. And I'm like, that's interesting. So I don't know if the hot tub broke and they just didn't want to pay to fix it. Or if something else happened. But, maybe travel agents. I will say we've never used a travel agent. We've always booked it ourselves just because it's been local. Like domestic, I guess. It wasn't international. If we did anything international, we would probably do travel agent, but that would involve flying and that's probably not going to happen. So, but I did do quite a lot of digging around this time to find that one hotel deal from Marriott, and we ended up joining their fucking rewards club. Oh, we need to check on the Hilton thingy. I think Holiday Inn and Hilton merged or something, because the Holiday Inn thingy changed to Hilton Honors, I believe. So we need to see if we are still in that, because I think the husband tried to remove us at one point, and I don't know if they ever did. But it's gotten us a couple of upgrades on the road when they had them available, so we're like, okay. And then, you know, points towards hotels and stuff. I wonder if we still have any points, to be perfectly honest. They've probably long since expired. No idea how long those points are good for. Or how many we may have had. Hilton owns them all. I'm not surprised. Kind of like the fast food chains where like 2/3 of them are all owned by Yum Brands. It's amazing when you start actually digging and finding out who owns who, and you've come to find out it's like all the same people. Like, I think there's only like 3 different parent companies, maybe 4. Alright, that's not too bad. I don't have too many lights up in there. So we have power everything turned on. It is really dark in here. Is it this dark in the other one? It might be. I don't ever think I did a lighting pass in the building. Yeah, that's okay. Alrighty. So that should take care of that. Oh, we probably should do some more benches. Hold on. I'm gonna take the lights back up, so you might want to turn away if you are sensitive. Okay, you can look back now. Hilton is the Paris Hilton family. They only own like KFC, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell. Yeah, I'm not sure who owns Pepsi. Or if Pepsi and Coke are still their own entities. I had an uncle that worked for Pepsi that was a distribution center manager in South Jersey. Oh, right, we still have to do our sign. I forgot. Shit. That shouldn't be too bad. We still have time to do that. Okay. Forgot all about that pesky sign. What's the matter?
Oh, I gotta go to Harps.
4?
Cigarettes. It's 4 o'clock.
You sounded more...
I just really did want to leave the house today. I wasn't doing great.
Well, weren't you gonna look for your salad dressing anyway?
Yeah.
You talked about going for that.
Yeah, I just been delaying because I don't want
There was something else you wanted to check on. It was...
lettuce.
Okay.
And she asked me to grab a tomato, so...
Do we still have enough ice so you don't have to go out tomorrow?
Yeah, we got enough ice.
Okay. I think I saw him swimming earlier. He's thoroughly not enthused. I don't really blame him. But at the same time, I kind of knew that was gonna happen. Okay. So we need to figure out how we're gonna do this. Coca-Cola is their own shit still. And Pepsi owns Pepsi. Okay. So you never know anymore with the way they do all these mergers and shit. I think I want the bubble letters. Question is... That's not what I wanted you to do. Alright, so we're gonna have to do it this way. I have no idea if you are upside down or right side up. Alright, so... Guess we'll start there. B I R. So the husband's gonna stream, well, okay. The husband's gonna attempt to stream his area tonight. We're working in the same map, but they're two separate zoos. We're using an identical map on each zoo. B-I-R-D, and under the same building rules. Birds. And we're seeing who comes up with what. Birds. I'm gonna have to redo my spacing here. Wait. Hold up. Hold on. No. There we go. I grabbed the wrong style. Okay, so let me grab these guys. You all are gonna get kind of put there, I think. There. And there. So let me come back into here. He has to get something for someone else and not happy about it. I think it's more the time of day. Well, he wasn't having that great of a day today. It's like 2 minutes from the house right down the street, but he also hates going there this time of day. But if he waits, it might... I think he just wants to get it over with. Kind of thing. Alright, how the fuck do I spell this? F... E... A... T... H... A little slow spelling stuff out like this. So I'm constantly replaying the letters in my head. I'm like, I think this is right. It's usually when I'm going fast is when I fuck up letter placement. I have a big transposing problem. Like when I'm typing, the is always T-E-H. That's a big one of my offenders. I've got a couple other words that I can't think of off the top of my head. But sometimes, like, L's will get me, and I's will get me. F-E-A-T-H-E. Think that's right. Alright, now to try to... Whoop. Now to try to make it fit. Because this is... Ooh. Well, I mean, we could push that forward a little. That does say feather, right? Father would be without the extra E. Father would be F-A-T-H-E-R. Whenever I put stuff on these signs, they never look like they're spelled right. Ever. And then I'm constantly second guessing myself. Like, that should be okay. Alright, how did we light Koala Cove? Okay, we Tiki Steved Koala Cove. Okay. So let's... Okay, so... I don't know if we can necessarily fit Tiki Steve up on the sign. Alright, well, that makes it a little bit easier to see there. And let's come back into Oceania. I love this soundtrack. Definitely worth the extra to pick that up. So we still haven't picked up the Eurasia, the new animal pack. Oh my god, I cannot pronounce this. Brain and mouth. Can we like get on the same page? Eurasia? Maybe? Whatever that last animal pack was that came out right before Christmas. We did not pick that up yet. Mostly because it's just the animals. And him and I are never always that excited about just the animal pack. We prefer the packs that have more than just the animals. Because it makes justifying the price a little bit easier. Slightly easier. Okay, now let's see about grabbing all of this. And hopefully it doesn't backfire. I'm hoping those light bulbs come with me. I never know. Never know for certain. Okay, because we had to make those tiki signs. Those eyes don't normally glow on those. We inserted some light bulbs in there. And it's all fun and games when you're making those until you have to go to blueprint them. I will say that. Alright, so put that there. Let me see. I need another trash can. Oh, we've got one there. Nah. That's okay. It won't hurt nothing. I'd rather have more than not enough. I feel like I was gonna put something here and we never did. Was I supposed to? I don't remember. I don't remember if I was supposed to like landscape this out. I don't feel like putting the fence around it now though, so we might just wing this section. I'm so ready to be in a different building section. Like, more than ready. We've been on this one for quite a while. Alright, and then let's see, we'll grab this.
I grabbed a $3 fleece blankie at Harps.
Does it feel like my blankie?
A little bit. It feels a little bit thicker, a little bit rougher. That might be a good thing.
Like the ones we saw at Walmart the other night?
Possibly.
Oh, I didn't like those. Alright, sir. I think this section is done. Let me hit save before I hit play. Just in case.
What'd you do?
Well, it's a large file at this point. I've got a lot of stuff going on in here. Just to be on the safe side. Alright, so we've got our birds of a feather area is done. We've got a lot more vending machines in this area than we did in the first area. That, or the second area that we built, because we hadn't really talked about them until we started that area. Oh, right, the bathroom. Alright, I'll get that when we come back around. So, but I think it's the picnic tables and stuff are adding a bit more park-like ness to it. So he's gonna try to work on his area tonight and finish up his section. Cassowaries. I'm not in actual guest mode because guest mode. Oh! Fuck. No, we will be done this. We are going to finish this. We are gonna finish it. Shit, me and my fucking squirrel ass brain. I thought there was landscaping I might have missed. That's okay, because you know what? We're just gonna deal with that right now. I don't have any emu. This is the emus, right? Yeah, I don't have any emu statuary though. All they had was like a sign. which was slightly annoying. I do wish there was more species, more variety of species, signs and statues. I mean, like, these guys are great. Sometimes I feel trapped by my ideas. Like, I'll be like, yeah, let's do it. Like, I love this fencing. And then I'm like, but where do you stop the fencing? Like, it starts to become its own massive thing. But I really don't necessarily want to put that much fencing in. I don't think we necessarily need that much fencing. No. I still need you. I just thought I had clicked the thing and I didn't. Alright, I'm gonna bring some of the bamboo over here. But we are making some decent progress. This will help shade this area a bit. So the next block, like I quickly went over earlier, we're gonna have building block 4. So he titled it the surprise block, and I'm not entirely sure why. But that's how he titled it. It's gonna have an adult rest area. Probably like quiet corner kind of thing. It has the kids' education area. I briefly thought that, I can't speak anymore today. I briefly thought that sound was thunder. I was like, the fuck is happening? Not thunder. Definitely not thunder. It just briefly sounded like it. And, well, I got up to 52 today. That's something. It was not that warm yesterday. It struggled to, even get into the 40s yesterday. Ah, fuck, I'm gonna have to light this section now. I thought I'd forgotten to do something. Say, damn it, brain. We have power, everything turned on, so I don't have to worry about all of that. So the next building block was going to be the kids' education area, the adult area. Yeah, let me just bring it up on my other screen here, so I'm not going to be able to see chat for a minute, so bear with me. Yeah, so we do have a couple of things we have to put in. We have the Tasmanian Devil, which I haven't looked at yet at all. The Flying Fox, which is a walkthrough. The Giant Burrowing Cockroach, which is an exhibit. And so they're all exhibit except for the Tasmanian Devil. And we have like a little food court area. So I'm not sure where we're gonna put that yet. I'm thinking we're gonna put it kind of next to this area because this one doesn't have a gondola stop on it. Like this next one does not. hope that doesn't look too weird without the fencing over here. Just wish I had like some other statues to put in here to like help fill it out. But we don't really. Yeah, so I mean we've got a few things that we can put in the next bit. I'm not sure what our full plans are going to entail with that yet. We just started to kind of dick around with our butterfly ranch in the other place. Our multi-dome conservatory. Not really dome, multi-house, I guess, would be better. Oh, I'm gonna get to go to the butterfly conservatory while we're there. I'm excited about that. I need to pick up some more flamingo merch. That's where I got my flamingo tweezers. I really want a tumbler. I'm excited about that. We're not going to be there on a day that they do the flamingo encounter though, so that I'm kind of sad about. But we can always come back another time and do that. Because that is a separate ticketed thing, and I believe they only do that on Friday. And we will not be there on Friday. We'll be back up in Tampa come Friday. Can't win them all, right? But at least we managed to squeeze it in. Because at the February prices, it just wasn't going to happen. And I am grateful we were able to squeeze it in. But maybe if we manage to get back one trip for, like around holiday time, it won't be this year. It won't be like 2024, but maybe the following year if I manage to get back. Because that is a bucket list. Trip is to be down there during the holidays when everything's all lit up and looking fabulous with all the Christmas lights. And there's a couple of Christmas light tours like that, I believe that train tour that I linked earlier, they do something at Christmas for like between Thanksgiving and Christmas for the holiday lights, because all the hotels, well, not all of them, but a good number of them, and some private residences go like all out decorating, and then the tour train will take a special route at night, and they have a whole thing where you can go see the lights. So I would like to do that. That looks like fun. It sells out fast, so that is something I would have to pre-purchase. But alright, so I think we're good now. Alright, I need to hit up the bathroom. How are you all doing? Did I remember to turn birth control on here? I should have. Oh. Are we happy? Oh, you're a little stressed. Y'all can go in the cave if you want. I'll even throw some bedding down in there. How about that? I mean, I've got a burrow for you. For when you just can't handle it anymore. Your stress is fine. Your stress is okay. I mean, they seem okay, considering it's a walkthrough. I always have the worst luck with the walkthroughs and their stress levels. But we seem alright. Okay, and then... Holy shit, people are flooding into there. for the back and forth gondola shuttle. So that's where we're at the moment. So yeah, I'm thinking the next block we might have over here. Like somewhere around in here. Oh, that bathroom. See? I'm gonna end up forgetting. I should have just did it the second I placed it. Now I don't have that on a what's it? I don't have that on a roster. A work zone. There we go. So I'm thinking the other place will probably do the entrance into it, like over through here. Like we can do an entrance here, maybe. Like from, like maybe here and here, perhaps. I mean, we still have plenty of real estate to work with. We could like even like take it back here a little bit. We still have 3 more building sections to go. So we have this surprise block thing that we're gonna do. After that we have a reptile block, and we do need to have a gondola stop there. So I'm thinking we do this one that doesn't have the gondola stop like in here. Maybe like take it like this way. Can't even see that. There we go, we can see that a little bit better. Like take it like that way, and then the 5th block has to have a gondola stop, so maybe like out here somewhere. And then 6 like over here somewhere maybe. Like that might work. There's no stop over here, but if we've got that one there, I might be able to like readjust some pathways into here and link those up on the ground a little bit better. But yeah. So, that's where we're at the moment. Oh my god. The lines. I don't think we can add... Yeah, I can only do... Oh, Jesus. Can we, like, speed this up? Since it's only 1 car there, people are going to be getting mad. I threw it into shuttle mode, right? Because I didn't have, like, a way for the track to keep going. Can I, like, take it out of shuttle mode? Yeah, like, it doesn't, like, loop back on itself, so that closes it. Alright, that's fine. It's better than them being mad about standing in line forever, so. Alright, so tomorrow, you guys, we're gonna have art tomorrow. We're gonna be trying to finish Chungus. If I don't finish him tonight, I doubt I'll finish him tonight. I am halfway through his 4th leg, though. Whatever you guys haven't seen on stream with him, I am recording, just so you know. It will take me some time to get that speed project put together and time-lapsed. But I am recording what you guys haven't seen, so there is that. So you will see it all eventually in one video. But I'm gonna try to finish his leggy tonight, and if I have time, I'll start working on the neck. I'm going to try to start a little bit early tomorrow, so in the hope of getting him done tomorrow. And then Monday we're going to be painting with our gouache. and maybe using our new pens to outline some stuff. So that's the plan for right now. I do have to probably get some more fluffed tonight. So next week, we'll be doing our test sketch for the next Bob Ross needle felt. And then I have to make sure I've got the right colors fluffed. So we might be doing some fluffing on stream, maybe. That's getting yarn ready to be used. Get your minds out of the gutters. This isn't OnlyFans. We'll figure that out from there next week. But that's the plan. So thank you guys for hanging out with me this afternoon. I do appreciate that. We'll think about our potential setup for our area next week in here. He's going to try to stream his area tonight. Probably won't be till about maybe 6 or 7 Central. So he's going to be on this channel though. So as long as you have your notifications turned on here, then you should get notified when he goes live tonight. Why is everybody angry all of a sudden? Oh, they're probably mad because I closed the gondola station. But that's okay. They'll sort themselves. But yeah, so we will figure all that out later. Yes, you have a good night. Happy New Year, Boz. Because in case I don't see you. I might see you tomorrow. But in case I don't. So you guys have a safe weekend. If you're going out partying, please make sure you have a designated driver. We don't want any tragedies this weekend. We want 2024 to start on a safe note. I will see you all tomorrow for art. Normal start time is 2 p.m. Central. I try to start a little bit earlier. I'm aiming for maybe 1 p.m. Central, maybe noon. We'll see how it goes. See if Momo lets me sleep tonight. And we'll figure it out from there. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Okay, cool. I'll look forward to it. And have a good night, you guys. I'll see you guys later tonight, though. I will be in the chat with him streaming later. So I guess I'll catch you guys later tonight after we have dinner. Have a good one.